Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're heading straight to the Horn of Africa. We're setting down in a city that our sources are calling one of the continent's most critical emerging hubs. We are diving into Addis Ababa,
Yes,
Ethiopia.
that's right.
And the source material we had for this is, well, it's fascinating. It's focused on these high-stakes 2026 urban dynamics, but it frames everything around this idea of hidden gems. So our mission today is to really extract the most important insights, both analytical and cultural, about this fast-rising capital. We want to give you a full, textured understanding of its pulse and really get at how it manages to balance its, centuries-old historical weight with the sheer ambition of its present.
And that balance, I think, is the central puzzle here. What the analysts in this material are showing is a city in hyperspeed transformation. Addis Ababa isn't just growing, it's actively re-engineering itself into one of Africa's most dynamic, most vibrant capitals. The core tension and what makes the data so compelling is this duality. You have this deep-rooted tradition existing, right alongside aggressive, modern urban development.
So it's not choosing one or the other.
Not at all. It's a city that hasn't made a choice between its past and its future. It's using both all at once.
That's a powerful framework. So let's unpack this duality, because it suggests the city isn't just, a collection of historical sites.
No, it's a living, breathing organism. It's complex.
And for anyone visiting, whether for business or pleasure, it offers this unique cocktail of history, rich culture, and cutting-edge contemporary life.
It's more than a cocktail. It's almost a navigational necessity, according to these sources. I mean, the material acknowledges the famous landmarks. Yes, we know about Meskel Square, the National Museum.
The big names.
The big names. But it makes a really bold claim. It explicitly argues that if you only stick to those well-trodden tourist tracks, you will actually miss the true essence of Addis Ababa.
Wow, that's a strong editorial stance for a source like this. It's basically arguing against the postcard views.
It is.
So what's the evidence? Why are these gems hidden if they're so central to the city's, quote, true essence?
That is the critical question. And the sources define hidden not by physical obscurity, but by cultural depth.
Okay.
They argue that the real energy, the economic engine, the social spirit, it all resides in the lesser-known corners. The central argument is that exploring these areas, getting off the main boulevards, is the key.
That's how you connect.
That's how you connect deeply with the city's actual real-time spirit. It's not about ticking off a list. It's about participating. Immersion over observation.
Okay, so let's get into what that immersion looks like. If we're moving past the official landmarks, we must be diving straight into local life. What specific textures does the source highlight?
It describes an almost overwhelming vibrancy. They talk about colorful local neighborhoods that are far more than just busy. They use the word buzzing. Buzzing with this intense kinetic energy. This is where the local economy churns, where daily life just unfolds without any filter for tourism. You walk right into the middle of it.
And what defines that specific buzz on the ground? We're talking about the tangible elements, right? The social, the economic.
Absolutely. So think about the market life. The source emphasizes how the major markets, and it implies the scale of places like the Mercado, are not just places to shop.
They're more than that.
They're the city's circulatory system. The material details this interplay between vendors, buyers, and informal traders. It creates a sensory overload that tells you more about consumption trends than any official statistic ever could.
So that chaos is the data point.
That chaos is the pulse, yes.
That sounds incredible, but also, potentially overwhelming for a visitor. So beyond the big markets, what other key elements define these neighborhoods?
It's a mix of commerce and culture. The markets are just the start. The sources mention impromptu street art, which is often highly political, by the way.
Oh, interesting.
And crucially, the lively cafes. The cafe scene is the bedrock of community here. These are the spaces where business deals happen, where news travels fastest. It's the social glue.
So the real conversations are happening
there, exactly. The source specifically tracks how public discourse in Addis often originates in these small neighborhood coffee houses.
Okay, so we have this rapid, bustling energy at street level. But the outline also mentioned something quieter. How do we get from those high-octane markets to something more contemplative?
Well, the city provides that transition itself. The sources refer to these serene